Our interviewee today is someone who is a member of our congregation, someone you may know, someone you may not know, but in the next 20 minutes you will all know. And that man, let's welcome him to the stage. Mr. Kamran Khan, would you like to approach the stage? I'm assuming he's in the room somewhere. There he is. Here he comes. And he's got his own mic as well, which is handy. And his own water bottle. There we go. You timed that slightly after the applause. That's okay. Come take a seat, Cameron.
Which one?
Do you want to sit where you can see your family looking at you, or do you want to sit where you...
Should I sit there?
Okay, welcome.
Hello.
Here we are. And how are you, Cameron?
Really good, thank you.
Right. That's
Glad
good.
you're interviewing me, not John Jolly. It's like a scene from The Apprentice in the boardroom, isn't it?
John's a tough man. I'm pretty easygoing, so
He's a good one,
okay. Right. Now, the cameras are rolling, so this is all going down. You know, it's all being recorded. Okay. Now, Cameron, just give us a sentence or two, just an introduction to who you are.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kamran Khan. I have a wife called Ellie, rather stunning, sitting at the back there, and 3 amazing girls, Mabel, Betsy and Sydney. And I work in Horsham.
Yeah.
I'm a software tester, which is testing software
Ooh.
after it's
I
been
didn't see that
developed.
coming. Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
It's great, isn't it?
Yes. Well, what we're going to do today, Cameron, I know you know this already, so it's not new to you, but we're going to cover about 3 different things here. We're going to talk to Cameron just about his life, as in where he's come from. We're going to chat about how you became a Christian, and also where you are at today. So those are 3 bases we're going to cover. They're not going to cover up points, don't worry about it. So Cameron, where did your life begin?
Where did my life begin? So I was born in Worcester, up in the Midlands,
Yep.
in 1980. I lived there for probably 2 years with my mum, sisters and brother, and my dad. So my dad was a surgeon, and he was quite a successful surgeon. So he was quite well known in the local area around there. He was a violent man, though, really violent. So we went back to Pakistan, and I was probably about 3 when we went back there. And when we got back to Pakistan, it was quite a traumatic period in my life, because I remember a lot of things that went on. Like, for example, I would see him physically pulling my mum's hair out of her head, and there'd be blood coming out. So it was quite an extreme visions I'd see of my childhood. This is me being moulded as a man or a boy into subsequently becoming a man. But he always told me that he loved me. He always said that, he had love for me. But then I'd see that side of him coming out, which was really difficult. So yeah, I mean, that I don't really remember much about Pakistan, but that's the visions I have out there. And that was till about the age of 5, which is when my father decided to leave us. So I remember the scene coming back, seeing a removal van there, all our stuff loaded into the removal van, and off he went into the distance. So at the age of 5, I'd lost my father.
So at that stage, you're in Pakistan with your mum,
Yep.
your sisters, and your brother.
Yep.
What was the next step?
So the next step was that we couldn't stay there. My mum had a lot of jewellery which she had from her wedding and from the years of accumulating them. So she was going to use that to come back to the UK and sell it.
Right.
So use that as a start, almost like a start-up fund, to be able to then, provide for her children. Unfortunately, my uncle worked in the airlines, so when we came back to the UK, he had stolen all the jewellery. So we literally started back in the UK with absolutely nothing. So we'd come back here and you see the scenes where people are coming across in the boats and they've come here with nothing.
Yeah.
It was like that.
It was like that.
We'd come in just with a suitcase.
Yeah.
With nothing. So yeah, it was quite a challenging part of my life because I was back in the UK. I spoke no English, and I was like, man, what is going on? I've lost my dad. We're back here.
So where did you end up?
So we were put in a immigration hostel, which was a place called Heston, which is up near Heathrow. And again, that was quite a challenging time because we were there for a good 2 years, and we had nothing. So we just had a room, and had my mum, but we were all in one room.
Yeah.
And I'd be going to primary school there in Heston. No independence, nothing, and again moulding my childhood, my upbringing.
And how was it being in school? Because how was the language? Were you the only one there?
Yeah, difficult time. So after we eventually got put in by the council into a council home in a place called West Drayton, which again is near Heathrow, and that was really challenging for me because I'd gone there, got no friends, and I was literally the token Asian in that little town. Right. That old saying, but I was. I'd be going to school. I'd be the only Asian in the school, and I remember quite vividly there was a family, and I'm not stigmatising here. There was a family of kids there, and they would pick on me.
Right.
They would bully me. They would beat me up. They'd call me whatever names under the sun. But I had no friends that could back me up. I had no friends that that have my back. So I was on my own.
Yeah.
And I'd be going home from school back home. Now my mum started volunteering in the Citizens Advice Bureau, so she would be out till about 8, 9 o'clock at night. But I'd be going home on my own, and you're just lonely. You're just totally on your own. You're just totally vulnerable to everything around you.
Yeah.
So there'd be neighbours who are quite racist. They'd be called into social services to say, okay, this kid's on his own. But I'd be like, well, I don't know anything else. My mum, the one who loves me, is trying to bring me up. And she's got nothing. We've got nothing. I'd be walking around with shoes that were falling off and trousers that were so short she couldn't afford to buy me. Yeah. In the winter it looked like I have comedy shorts on. A bit like sometimes what you wear.
Oh, sometimes, yeah. That's the choice I make though. Yeah, I'm quite fashionable, that's my problem. And back to you.
Thank you.
But clearly difficult times, but I can't remember what age it was you were at, but then you went to live with your sister, didn't you, in London?
Yes, eventually my mum couldn't take it anymore, so she sent me away to a place in South London called Streatham, and that's where my sister and her boyfriend lived. He had a really good job, so he had money, so I was then introduced to a really multicultural area.
It's like another world.
Yeah, it's a different world. I started to integrate into society again. I started to get friends, that actually valued me for who I was. I started to, it sounds really stupid, but I've never been materialistic myself, but I'd be getting presents. I'd be getting, like shoes that actually were new shoes. Yeah. I'd have clothes that actually fitted me, and, I looked a little bit trendy. But I was integrating within society, which was great. Yeah. It was just a really good period of my life. I started to really understand who I was and started to grow. Yeah. But yeah. So my mum wasn't around. So my mum was still in West Drayton, so she was still living there on her own. So I've lost my father, then I've lost my mother. Even I saw her on the weekends. So yeah, it's a great time, but also still lost another parent. Yes. Yeah.
So what age was that? Sorry, that was up till...
That was from probably 9 onwards till about I'll say about 11, and then my mum moved back. My mum moved back to Streatham then, and she bought a flat there, so she could actually buy something. She had work where she could actually provide for her family and
amazing. Yeah.
have that dignity back. Where before she couldn't do anything, and now she could use the money wisely, which is great.
So jumping ahead a little bit, so you're sort of finding your feet now.
Yep.
Get a bit more confident.
Yep.
So late teens, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
You find a job.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. So I was going to college doing IT, and I started to work. So I found a job in Safeways, which is great. Yeah. I started to earn money.
Money in your pocket.
Money in my pocket. Kids for free, and it was great because I appreciated money, but I was never an education guy. So when I went to school, it was a time where I would bunk off a lot.
Right.
So I wasn't really into education. So going to college and then getting a job where I had money, I was like, okay, I'm going to drop out of college and just work full time at Safeways.
Right.
Which is great because again, I started to meet new people, but maybe the wrong type of people.
Okay.
So I met the rude boys, as they would call them.
Explain what a rude boy is.
Some
of us don't know.
Yeah, so it's a saying you would say in South London or maybe other places in London.
Maybe.
Around the UK, around the world, you never know.
Possibly.
But
not in Littlehampton.
No, not Littlehampton. I'll get onto that. So it's basically a tribe of lads that would basically dabble in the wrong type of thing, be it drugs.
So this was the world you sort of started to wander towards.
I got involved in that. Well,
yeah, sure.
Started to take drugs, started to take, the green stuff that Bob Marley used to take.
I think I know what you're referring to.
Kids here can't really say the word.
No, sure.
But they would also be into like mugging. I'd never mug anyone, but they were the kind of people who go out and mug people at night. Yeah.
Sure.
So that's the kind of people. They would take people's cars that were left behind the tills and get cash back on them, and then go out and use that to fund their lifestyle. So I thought, yeah, cool. I'm actually becoming a lad here. It's great. So yeah, that was my
sort of like an unhealthy sense of belonging.
Yeah. They integrated me into their lifestyle, sort of, which is great. Well, I thought it was great at the time.
Yeah, sure.
It wasn't. Yeah. Look back.
So,
we'll advocate that.
But something happened, didn't it, which made you reflect on this lifestyle choice?
Yeah. So I went up to Oxford, drove up there to a band called Radiohead, and there was a homecoming gig back up in Oxford.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it was great. Great times. And I drank a bit up there, and I drove back. And when I got back to London, dropped some mates off. It's strange for London, but there's no chicken and chip shops open. So I was really hungry.
Yeah.
So, right, what should I do? Go home, put some chips in deep fat fryer, put them in, fell asleep.
Oh, no.
Next thing, Mum was screaming, house was on fire. House fires, no pun intended there.
No, okay.
Great band. And, yeah, so my mum was
It was quite serious, wasn't it?
Really bad, yeah, the whole place was burnt down.
Yeah.
And I nearly killed my mum, which was a crazy thing. But reflecting back on that, it was like an old chapter in my life was slowly closing.
Yeah.
It was a really dark time for me, the drugs, the alcohol, hanging around with the wrong people, and, that was almost the icing on the cake. Okay.
So just coming into the sort of question about when you came to faith, when you became a Christian, how did that happen? Because it was obviously just after this period where you had a time of reflection, thinking this ain't the right decisions I'm making here.
Yeah, so...
And you found yourself in Littlehampton, is that correct?
I did, yeah, great Littlehampton.
How did it happen?
I met Ellie's brother through a mutual friend at Safeways. And he invited me down to Littlehampton for his 21st birthday at the Tower Club.
Oh, the Tower Club?
Which some people know as
We've all been there, haven't we?
Yeah, above the Cocoa Lounge. It's great. It's great.
It's now the Cocoa Lounge, isn't it? So
it's great.
I'm sure you all know that.
And yeah, there I was, propped up at the bar with a bursting shirt and waves across it. It was absolutely stunning.
No, it's a good look.
I had, the lads at Littlehampton, the place where...
You walked in the bar.
Yeah, the place where dreams happen. And... So yeah, I met Ellie sitting in the back there. She walked in.
So someone's birthday, was it? And
yeah, Ellie's was
there.
21st. I said that already, Flix. So Ellie...
So I was drifting off.
Pump up your hearing aid, mate. And yeah, she walks in, and there was I, propped up at the bar.
Yeah.
A couple of drinks later, and we met each other's eyes, and it was like at the Hollywood movies.
Was it?
It was great. Yeah, it was great.
Would she say the same thing?
I'm sure she would.
So you met Ellie, and so that changed things for you as well.
It changed everything for me, yeah, because I'd now met the love of my life.
Yeah.
So she was with a boyfriend at the time, and I was like, look.
There's always an obstacle, though, isn't there? There's always something that gets in the way.
I'm coming to it. Hold on.
Is he here today?
No, he's not.
You made a special effort to be here. No, he's not here today.
I basically said, you can't be with me, you need to sack him off. So she did, 2 weeks later. So then I said, okay, right, let's take things to the next level. So she took me to this weird school hall.
Oh, yeah.
It's just across the field now. Which was the old Arun Church. So I walked in, and, I've never been involved in any sort of religion, and especially with Christianity. And I've walked in, and it's just like... doors opened. Yeah. And it was like, I walked in. And
what was going on?
you had a stage, and you had people with flags, and people jumping and leaping for joy and singing. And
how did that make you feel?
It's just really weird. I'm not gonna lie. You've never been in. You're a lad in London. You're drinking away. You're having.
Yeah, and then you come to this other world again.
And it's mind blowing.
So did you start coming along at that point? Was that when you started coming every week?
Yeah, so we were seeing each other alternative weekends. So she'd come to London.
Sure.
I'd come down to Streatham, to Littlehampton, and I'd come along to church. So
what happened for you? What changed for you then in that place?
I think that's where I felt my new chapter was starting. So I felt a sense of light coming into my soul as I walked in there. Really small sparks coming into me, like embers, really growing in my heart, and just sparking away. And I thought, there's something going on in here, just really crazy. But I didn't know what it was at the time. It was small things that were working at me over a really long period of time. Yeah. So yeah, it's.
So at what point would you say that you came to an awareness of God in your life, of a change happening? Because I know for you, it wasn't necessarily one particular moment.
No, it was a lot of things that went on. So 2000 and... I'm going to jump ahead slightly. So 2005 was when I gave myself over to Christ, because it was a slow transition for me because I didn't want to rush things. I think the worst thing I could have done is come along and gone, right, I'm going to hand it over, and then I didn't really believe anything. I didn't really believe that I was doing the right thing, and I could have fallen away really drastically. But I felt I'm going to do it in my own time, take my time over this. And I think I took the right steps to get there. And when I gave my life over to Christ in 2005, that was really another new chapter in my life. And, getting baptised as well, that was almost like the icing on the cake. Yeah. Where I could step out from my old into the new.
Yes. Amazing. But how did your family respond?
They took it really badly. So I was quite joyous after getting my life over to Christ. I told my family about it all. And they really reacted really badly. So they said, "Why did you give yourself over to Christ? Why have you got into Christianity? Yeah, you could have got into Islam. Now they're not practicing."
That was Muslims. Their preference for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've never been involved in Islam. Why would I want to get involved now when introduced to Christianity, and that's taken over my life? Yeah. So their whole perspective is like, you can focus on Christianity, but why didn't you just focus on Islam? And I was like, well, you don't practice Islam. My mum eats bacon sandwiches. Come on. Each to their own. But this is my life. I'm growing in my own way. I appreciate what mum's done for my life, but I'm growing and really understanding what I need to become, and this is the way I want to do it.
How are they now? It's about 10, 15 years on.
Yeah, I can talk to them about it, but not much. It's really difficult because they have been taking it quite badly. They're quite angered by it all. I mean, to put it in perspective, my sister's a Druid, so to me that's another religion. But they love that because they love the whole tarot cards, they have horoscopes, they love, dabbling in that sort of thing. And I'm like, well, come on, it's, I think it's a more spiritual side of things. But you're worshipping Mother Earth in Druidism, but it's all about idols. Whereas for Christianity, Jesus is an idol. He's the Son of God, and you're focusing on Him, and you're growing your life through Him. I think that's totally different. I think they are worried and scared about that I can actually be walking with God and Jesus, and not being able to follow idealistic ways of Islam or whatever. So I think they're quite threatened by it all.
Yeah, sure. Well, I know over the years we can't necessarily cover everything, but
why not?
Well, I'm looking at the time already. But I know over the years, it's not necessarily always been straightforward. Mm-hmm. I know that it's a shame we can't talk about your travelling, because you and Ellie have been travelling around Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, travelled twice around the world, works in New Zealand.
That's right.
Based in church out there, Quippers, and yeah, it was great times. First year was more finding ourselves. Second year was, walking with God and really, really finding ourselves.
Yeah, and I wish we could cover
a
lot more of that.
Kind of did there, a little bit.
But what I'm interested in is just bringing it to where you are today. Mm-hmm. Because I know you're a friend, and I have seen a change in you over the last year or two, even. And it'd be good just to chat about what's been going on for you recently.
Okay. So just want to cover just quickly marriage. So that's quite a massive thing for us as a couple. So our marriage hasn't been a bed of roses. Right. So we've had a lot of issues in our marriage through anxiety, through depression, through sex issues. And I don't think a lot of people talk about it in their marriages. I think they keep it in the house and not speak to other people about it. And I think that's a massive issue in people's lives. I think we could have quite easily jacked it all in. We could have quite easily gone, right, no more, because we're not getting anywhere. But 16 years later, we've been through all that, and now we are starting to see the fruits of our labour coming through. Right. So our strength in our marriage has become sky high, but I think we've also had 100% trust in God, having Him at the centre of our relationship and allowing that light to shine through. I think in a relationship, and especially in marriage, you need to persevere, don't give up, because marriage is a holy thing and it's from God. And He puts it on everyone's heart. He's brought you together to be one of His, a crusader. And together, a bondage can be so much stronger. So I would say just stick at it.
Yeah. It's good stuff. So I know a year or so ago when you went to the that community event.
That community day, yeah.
What happened there for you?
Yeah, so I went to it was held by Nat and Cat, quite a rhyming thing there, isn't it, Nat and Cat?
That's right.
And we were praying, and I had an image of a foot come to my head, and I was like, why have I got a foot in my head? And I was praying through the whole day. And
good question.
Yeah, it wasn't a footballer leaping at me, it wasn't Eric Cantona, it was an image of a foot, and I thought, what is this? So foot was far out of the shadows. So there's a presenter who's a Blue Peter and Sky Sports presenter called Simon Thomas, and I was listening to his interview a few months before, and how he lost his wife and he has to tell his child, how, his mum's gone now. And I think quite a strong thing for me as fathers and having mental health issues. So I don't think we realise how tough it is as a father to be able to, to keep a relationship together, but also talk to people about it, and especially myself. I mean, at times I find it really difficult. I keep it bottled up, but I'm really finding it really refreshing to talk about it to, your pod group, to the church, to friends at work, just to let it out. But God's listening for you, and He knows that you're going through a tough time,
But you're blogging as well, aren't you? You're not just... You're putting it right out
I
there.
have been. I've kind of like gone off the track a bit with that, but I have been blogging about, mental health issues and, trying to get
on Instagram.
got involved on Instagram, High Five to Life. So I'm not a spammer.
That's your tag name, isn't it? High Five to Life.
High Five to Life. What can I say?
Says it all.
Yeah, at High Five to Life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I've got real passion for fathers, for men in general. Just having that lion inside them just roar and just let it out, because we've all got that inside us. We've all got that lion inside us. I know we have as a church. I think we just need to just acknowledge that. We just need to know that you're not sheeps. You are children of God, and He's put you in this place for a reason. And you may think you're insignificant, but you're not. Everyone's got something to give in this room. I mean, I know I've got something to give. I know you've got something to give. Everyone has got something to give. And I know I've sat in the back, for many a time and thought, how insignificant am I? There's people coming up on stage, and I'm thinking, man, you've been chosen to do that thing. But I know my choosing is what God wants me to do.
Yeah.
And I'm always going to keep that true to myself, and keep that true to yourselves as well. Because God wants you to do something, but don't give up on that. You may have a small idea come to your head. You may have a dream. Just follow that dream. Just keep it going. Keep that fire going.
Thank you. The thing I like, and just to sort of wrap it up a little bit, the thing I like about you, Cameron, when I hear you speak, and I thank you for your honesty, I think it's really refreshing and quite challenging, I think, even to hear someone being as honest and open as you. But I think there's a real strength in your vulnerability. And whenever I read the words you write and the things you share, I think this guy's been so vulnerable. But there's an incredible courage and bravery in that as well, because it talks about things which other people don't talk about. So thank you for your courage, your bravery, and your vulnerability.
Thank you.
I've got a lot of respect for you for that.
Thank you.
So thank you. Let's give Cameron a hand, because I think we'll wrap up there.
Flix. Can I share one thing?
You want to say one? You got something there? Okay, one more thing.
Just say one thing. So this has been on my heart since for many years. So it's been on my heart for 18 years. But this is a verse from Ephesians 5:13-14. It kind of sums up how I feel, and I think it kind of sums up how a lot of people in this room, how I feel about them. So. But everything exposed by the light becomes visible, for everything that is illuminated becomes the light itself. Awake, O sleep, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. And rub your eyes, open them wide, and rise up. You are the great example of you, set the real example and light of the world.
Thank you.